Okay, I know I'm going live a lot. It's probably because I'm stuck at home because I can barely walk because of my ankle. I'm physically exhausted, guys, truly exhausted. I sent a message on Patreon saying, should I do this live? Because I just feel like I need to sleep. They said, just do it. Just do it and get through it. Because I've got such a passion to reveal deception. I have to discuss this final. I've already seen somebody put another final loss. It's just embarrassing. This Adam last man, another loss. Well, listen, you don't know how many things I get right. I'm not going to go on about my ego. I knew this game was tough. I said on my Patreon, don't bet big on this. But I'm going to tell you why Kepa missed the penalty. Because it's all about revealing deception for me. I don't gamble anymore. Okay? Watch my Atlanta Hawks code from yesterday. It was absolute perfection. And then tell me that gematria doesn't mean anything. And date durations don't mean anything. Watch that video. It's truly sad that people in this community only care about the truth if it wins them money. That is it. That is it. And they're still getting taken in by these games, watching these games. And I don't watch any of them. So I'm going to tell you here why Kepa missed that penalty. And I'm going to sync it up with De Gea missing the penalty against Villarreal. By the way, I decoded Villarreal to win the Europa League about 2 weeks into that tournament for the people saying, oh, you missed another final. Finals, guys, I don't know why people, they get so wound up by them. When a code misses in a final, they start crying and getting upset, and gematria means nothing. Numbers mean nothing. Well, I'm going to show you in this video just how good I am at decoding and at revealing deception, okay? I'm not going to hammer the chat and read everything right now. I'm going to tell you what I found within this final and how I've synced everything up, okay? And you're going to be blown away. You're going to be completely blown away because what I'm going to present to you is undeniable. The reason I'm going live is because I don't have the energy and patience today to put together a video and edit it and upload it and share it and all of that. I just want to talk and give you some facts here. So check this out. I'm not going to go crazy here. I don't feel in the mood to try and make you laugh either. I truly feel sick, but I'm doing this because people have asked me to do it and I feel a burning passion to do it. So listen to these numbers, just without sounding cocky here. Just give me 5 minutes to go through the numbers that I've put together, and then I will definitely go to the chat. So you've got, do you remember Kepa? He was the hero for Chelsea against Villarreal in the Super Cup, okay? Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, team from Spain. Kepa, Spanish goalkeeper. He was the hero against Villarreal in the penalty shootout. It's funny how that final was at Windsor Park, and the last name of Queen Elizabeth is Windsor because it's all synced. It really is. Why did they have that game at Windsor Park? Because it's all ritual, guys, just like the World Cup being in Qatar is a giant ritual. So he was the hero in that game against Villarreal, Kepa. All right? De Gea was the villain against Villarreal in the Europa League final when he missed the decisive penalty. De Gea's Spanish, Kepa's Spanish, okay? Both penalty shootouts from the 2021 Europa League final, which was versus United and Villarreal, that finished 11-10. Where a goalkeeper missed the decisive penalty. Today, the shootout finishes 11-10, and a goalkeeper misses the deciding penalty. So I decided to put together some numbers from those dates because I connect date durations, which is far more important than gematria. Gematria is so important, but date durations are way higher. People just type in random stuff into that calculator. I don't know. Kepa will miss the penalty, gets you 6-6. It's just nonsense, that type of stuff. It's date duration. So listen to this. Okay, where is it? I've got so many tabs open because I was doing my research. Okay, so you know I always talk about 201 with the Jesuits. Catherine the Great saved 201 Jesuits. I talk about Event 201, which foreshadowed the pandemic. Jorge Mario Bergoglio's name's 201. He resided in Suite 201, man went to the moon on the 201st day of the year. Brady and the Bucks went to the White House the 201st day of the year. The Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA Finals the 201st day of the year. All the 201s Okay, Neil Alden Armstrong, his name's 201. Goes to the moon on the 201st day of the year. So from Kepa being the hero for Chelsea in that Super Cup to today's date where he's the villain, because it's a pantomime, it's all theatre, okay, is the villain today with the Chelsea fans. 201 days. He was the hero 201 days ago. 201. Okay? You think that's an accident? It's all by a code. Do you think it's an accident that they took this game to penalties again? To take all of your energy, these people who still believe in it and give it their energy. I don't watch these games. They have 4 goals disallowed. 4 goals disallowed. Magic is being used. Lukaku wasn't offside for a start. I'm not going to get into it. I saw the highlights. 4 goals disallowed. 3 disallowed for Chelsea, the team sponsored by 3, who just got to their 3rd Champions League final and won it. They're now 2-1 in Champions League finals. I'll be discussing the number 21 heavily in this code because the 21s I've put together are simply frightening. No offense to anyone out there who is still supporting Liverpool and Chelsea and believing in it all. That's your choice. That's your life. But I will say you're wasting your energy. So people saying stuff in the chat like you'll never walk alone, just realize that gets you 81 like ritual. So keep singing it if you want. Keep taking part in rituals. So let me keep going with this code. So the 201 days, right? This is what it said on Sky Sports. I laughed so hard. I said in my code on Patreon, this has to be a ritual when it was discussing Kepa coming on for Mendy. Do you know why? Do you know why it was so ridiculous? Because Mendy, the goalkeeper for Chelsea, was the man of the match. He was just the hero in the African Cup of Nations penalty shootout where Senegal beat Egypt. I'm a coach. Why would you take out a goalkeeper who's just played the game of his life and got man of the match and is full of confidence? Why would you take him out? Because it was all ritual, guys. Oh, but Kepa's better in goal at penalty. It's nothing to do with that. It was a ritual by the numbers. Why? Mendy got taken out, although he was the best player on the pitch. Magic's being used. I don't care what people say at this point, to be honest with you. It's like watching a FIFA game. So check this out. It says here, 3 years after refusing to come off for penalties in the Carabao Cup final for Chelsea under Maurizio Sarri, Italian, in 2019, it looks like Kepa is about to come on for the shootout. He comes on after the 119th minute, like 119, like 9-11. Remember, Ronaldo made his second debut for United on 11-9, getting his 119th goal because it's all ritual. I said that would happen about 2.5 weeks before it happened. But Gematria is bullshit. Numbers don't mean anything. This is all organic. No, it isn't. And I'm going to show you by the end of this video that you're going to have no doubt in your mind that everything is coded and ritual. You're going to have no doubt in your mind with the information I'm about to present in this video. So I said, the time from Kepa being the hero against Villarreal in the Super Cup to today's game where he was the villain, 201 days. 201 days is 6 months and 17 days, 617. 617 is the 113th prime number. How often do I talk about 113 being the number of deception? Kobe Bryant gets you 113. Coronavirus was declared to be a global pandemic on 11/3, the 11th of March. In Gematria, coronavirus pandemic gets you 113. The US election was November the 3rd, 113. The year coronavirus was declared to be a global pandemic. The year that Kobe Bryant supposedly died in a helicopter crash when he never died. And I've done a better job than anyone in showing that. So the 617, 113th prime, how convenient. There's another sync that I put together. And like I said, it's all a show. Why would you replace a keeper who was awarded man of the match and was just the hero in a penalty shootout in the African Cup of Nations final and make a change and bring in Kepa? So Spanish keeper Kepa misses the decisive penalty in an 11-10 shootout today versus Liverpool. Spanish keeper De Gea missed the decisive penalty in the 11-10 shootout to Villarreal in last year's Europa League final, which I said would happen. Like I said, I had Villarreal pretty much from the beginning, that they would win the Europa League. And they did. Jorge Mario Bergoglio gets you 111. Now check this out that I did. There's 77 days between De Gea's penalty miss versus Villarreal and Kepa being the hero in the penalty shootout between Villarreal. Okay? Queen Elizabeth celebrated a 25-year jubilee in 77. Okay? Number I talk about a lot. The number 77. Do you know when the London bombings were? Do you know when the London bombings were? 7/7/2005. 7/7/2005. The London bombings, all by a code, all a ritual, all by the numbers, and people just caring about winning sports picks. I get way more right than wrong, way more right than wrong. And you're going to cry or get upset when a code doesn't hit. I'm one of the best in the world at revealing these numbers, and people still just care about winning money. Do you want to know why Bielsa was fired today? I could do a code about that. The Argentinian who synced up with the Pope, why he was fired. But I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to focus on this final. Oh, Bielsa's such a great coach. It's nothing to do with how good these people are at coaching. Figure that out. Learn that. Tom Brady, who's massively synced up with the Queen, he was born in 77. Okay? Kepa skied the penalty intentionally. I actually saw it, somebody sent me it. He intentionally skied that. Any half-decent player can sky a penalty intentionally. It was deliberately missed. And do you know what that penalty looked like? Do you know what it looked like? It looked like a field goal. It looked like a field goal. And practically every game in the NBA, not the NBA, practically every NFL playoff game was decided by a field goal, by 3 points. And then Kepa skies it over the bar. I knew he was missing at 11-10. I just knew he was going to miss. And it's down to the keepers. Wait till I tell you why the Liverpool keeper scored the winning goal as well. That's going to blow your freaking socks off. 77 days, guys. 77 days is 2 months and 16 days. 216. Do I not talk about that all the time? Because 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Kobe's highest scoring game was his 666 game, where he got 66.6% of the Lakers' points in that game. It occurred on 1-2-2, and the Lakers scored 122 points, and Satanics won 2-2, and Pope Francis. Is this not enough? Is this not getting through to enough people at this point, what I'm doing and how consistent I am? That's why it's such a shock if I ever get anything wrong at the moment. It's just so sad that people are only in this community to make money. If you are on my Patreon and that's the only reason you're with me, leave me right now, please. Leave me right now. Kepa and Chelsea won the Champions League final against Man City, okay, on a day leaving 216 days left in the year. The 216. Again, another 216 connection. Like how 77 days is 2 months and 16 days. 77 days. How many times have I been talking about the number 11? Again, more than anybody, the number 11. 77 days is exactly 11 weeks. Okay? Kepa was the hero in that shootout against Villarreal. All right? What score did that game finish? Chelsea against Villarreal in the Super Cup. What was the score, guys? 1-1, like 11. What was the score? What was the score between Man United and Villarreal in the Europa League final? What was it, guys? 1-1. What was the score between England and Italy in the Euro 2020 final? 1-1. All decided by penalties. Penalty gets you 33. Penalty gets you 96. Corona gets you 33 and 96. The Queen's going to die at age 96. It's just... Masonry gets you 33 as well. Charles gets you 66, the guy who's about to become king when the Queen dies at age 96. Cincinnati Bengals lose. Cincinnati, the Queen City. Just a joke. LA Rams wearing the blue and yellow like the Ukraine flag. Everything's synced and people just are unaware of it. The word Pope gets you 11. Of course, these shootouts, the winning team scored 11 goals. Liverpool today, Villarreal in that Europa League final, 11 goals. And then you've got the 9/11 connections. You had Flight 11 and Flight 77 involved in 9/11. And 9/11 was on a day leaving 111 days left in the year. And these shootouts finish 11-10, like 111. And when you type in New York in gematria, it gets you 111 where 9/11 occurred with 111 days left in the year. Again, whatever, you're just conspiracy theorists. You're good with numbers. You're good at manipulating people's thoughts. Am I? Or am I just revealing truth here? Tom Brady played 22 seasons in the NFL and he retired with 7 rings. Okay? 227. What's today's freaking date? 227. February the 27th. It's all synced up. Whether you like it or not, it's all synced up. These rituals are all synced up. Prince Philip died on 4/9, supposedly, the vampire. Well, 227, guys, when you know your prime numbers, is the 49th prime. I did a decode yesterday saying that the Atlanta Hawks would beat the Raptors. They did. It finished with 227 points. The Hawks and Raptors are now 49-49 all time against each other. I said Trae Young would kill it. He got 41 points, which all synced up with Kobe Bryant, who died at age 41. Gianna Bryant, Kobe's daughter, her favorite player was Trae Young. The night or the day that Kobe and Gianna supposedly died, Trae Young and Devin Booker combined for 81 points. And Trae Young was wearing the 8 jersey and Devin Booker was wearing number 1. Kobe being Bryant gets you 81. His highest scoring games, 81 points. The word rituals, 81. What more do people want? Why can't they absorb this information? Because they just care about money, or they want to just keep living in their illusion, their little fantasy world, because they don't care about truth. And anybody here who wants to come to my Patreon who doesn't care about truth, do not sign up and go sign up for some little bitch who thinks he can decode. Pay him $30 a month and see if he can get more picks right than me, because he won't be able to, and he won't do half the other shit that I can do. There's very few people in the world that can do and see what I see. And I try my best to share it with other people, not just to get rich from it. If I did just want to get rich, I'd still be gambling, because I can read games as they're happening so often if I watch them, but I won't watch them anymore. So this is more to me now than about money. There's more stuff here, okay? How many penalties in total were scored in the shootouts I'm talking about? United against Villarreal finished 11-10. 21 successful penalties scored. 21. The word Jesuits, 21. Today, 21 successful penalties scored. The Queen tests positive, which she didn't, test positive for coronavirus 2 months and 1 day before her upcoming birthday. Tom Brady retires on 2-1. The guy who retired 7-3 in Super Bowls, and 73 is the 21st prime, and he went 7-3 in the 21st year, the 21st century, all by the numbers. No, Brady's just got a good mentality. Brady's just composed under pressure. It's nothing to do with that. There's demons involved here. There's magic involved here. Maybe there's an organic element involved here as well. There's corruption involved here. There's technology involved here. Again, why was Lukaku's goal disallowed? It was a goal. Game should be done. Lukaku's horseshit anyway. Glad he didn't score. There's more stuff with the 73s. Prince Philip was married to Queen Elizabeth for 73 years. Brady retired 7-3. George Bush married to Barbara Bush for 73 years. Thomas Tuchel, born in 73. The last time Chelsea won the League Cup was in 2015 when they beat Tottenham 2-0. That was 7 years and 3 days ago. For another 73. The 21st prime, Prince Philip dies in 2021. It's all there when I put this stuff together. And this is more important to me now than money. And I'm just going to keep doing it. I'll keep doing it. And do you want another 21? Do you want another 21? Do you know Kepa missed his penalty today? Exactly 21 weeks after his birthday. Exactly on the nose. He missed this penalty 21 weeks after his birthday. Just don't understand people at this point. I really don't. So, Kepa just turned 27, okay? The number I keep talking about, 27, because it's the ritual number in the purest cipher. All right? Kepa just turned 27. Do you know when that Spanish scumbag was born? October the 3rd, 10-3. 103. 103 is the 27th prime. Okay? What day of the month is it here? The 27th? Are we on the 27th day of February right now? I think we are. When did Brady win his last ever Super Bowl? February the 7th, 2-7. The last game he ever played. His team scored 27 points, and at one point the game was 27-27. Matt Stafford, who just won the Super Bowl for the LA Rams, was born on 2-7, and Brady won his last ever Super Bowl on Matt Stafford's 33rd birthday. And the word penalty gets you 33 in Corona. My God. My God. And by the way, you know when Chelsea played Villarreal and it finished 1-1 and Ziyech opened the scoring? Do you know what time he opened the scoring, Ziyech? 27 minutes. Check it out yourself. He opened the scoring after 27 minutes. I just don't understand how hundreds of thousands of people are not watching my content with what I'm putting out. I don't get it. The word penalty gets you 96. Okay? Divock Origi today, Divock, okay, where you can rearrange the letters to get the word COVID. He came on today after 96 minutes. I reckon Origi is going to leave Liverpool this year, the year the Queen dies at age 96. Divock, guys, like COVID. Okay? He's 26, isn't he, Divock Origi? Like Queen gets you 26. She became the Queen on 2-6. Her dad died on 2-6-52. 26 times 2 is 52, yeah? Just absolute nonsense. It's all by the code. I don't know why you're still watching these games. The word Corona gets you 96. England hosted Euro 96, where they got knocked out on penalties. The word penalty gets you 96. When Southgate missed the decisive penalty, number 6, and the game ended 5-6, like royal family and coronavirus and COVID vaccine and all the other 56s. And then Southgate goes on to coach England, and he's probably going to coach them to the World Cup 56 years after they last won it. When Prince Philip and Elizabeth gave Bobby Moore the World Cup trophy, number 6 in 66, when the Church of Satan was founded. Okay? It's just sick how this is all being done. I just don't get how more people are not aware of it. Okay? Check this out. So who scored the winning penalty today? Liverpool's goalkeeper. What's his jersey number? Does anybody look and check his jersey number? Number 62. The Liverpool goalkeeper wears the number 62 jersey. Today was the 62nd EFL Cup final. 62nd edition. And number 62, the goalkeeper, scores the winning penalty. And Thomas Tuchel in Gematria, the Chelsea coach, his name gets you 62. Chelsea FC gets you 62. Tuchel's upcoming birthday is in 6 months and 2 days. The Queen was coronated on June the 2nd, 6-2. The word Queen gets you 62. And number 62 scores the winning penalty. 22 penalties in total taken. Satanic gets you 22. Win 2022. Kobe's highest scoring game was the 22nd day of 2006. And now we have the Champions League final being played in Paris. The last time it was played in Paris was in 2006. And that game ended 2-1 for another 21 when Barcelona beat Arsenal. Why can't I just do this and ring this off, guys? Because I've worked my ass off for this community, not just for me. I could keep this knowledge to myself. I don't really need Patreon if I wanted to gamble. But I care about my family of Patreon. I really care about them. I didn't want to go live right now. I'm truly exhausted. I'm physically absolutely smashed to bits. My ankle's screwed. My hamstring's gone. My wrist is screwed. My head's banging. I'm exhausted. My spirit's strong. Physically, I'm broken right now because I'm giving too much to everybody else. But truth's more important to me. Okay? It truly is. And I wish it was more important to other people who just care about, oh, can you decode this? Can you tell me who's... Like straight after the Chelsea game, no offense to my Patreons, it's like, do you have any NBA for tonight? Is that all you care about? You don't care about... I've done a decode for the NBA. I did it. But is that the first thing? Do you have anything for the NBA? You're not frustrated and angry at these rituals and how the world's being ran and how this has been going on our whole life? You don't care. You just want to get your next fix of, well, you got an NBA game tonight, Illusion? Yeah, I have. And I can decode it in 5 minutes for you and it'll probably win. And if it misses, you're probably going to bitch and cry about it. And it's just sad. Just people generally don't care about the truth. So everything I've just shown you there, another game, guys, that just goes to penalties. That takes every ounce of your energy. Think of a penalty shootout. If you're watching it, if you're a fan, or if you're gambling on it, every penalty, you're like, please miss, please, oh, please score, please miss, oh, please score, please miss, oh, please, every goal, that's a goal, and then it's slightly offside because it's magic. If you think these players can intentionally be half a yard off or be offside by the left testicle or the fingernail, you think they're intentionally doing that and it's just man, you are in a dream world. There's magic being used. There's some sort of simulation being used like FIFA. I don't know how it's being done. I just know that these games are predetermined before the games kick off in all of them. More often than not, I can tell you before who's going to win. All right? It's not a coincidence Trey Young had a monster game last night who wears the number 11 jersey either. Not a coincidence at all. So, yeah, if you're going to still believe in all of this and have somebody like Jordan Henderson, who's an ass footballer, be the captain of Liverpool, one of the best teams in the world, then I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you. I've got time for so many people. I posted a code right before. I said, Kepa, this is a ritual. I knew he was going to be massively involved. Did I know he was going to miss the decisive penalty? No. But I knew he'd be massively involved. What the hell is Tuchel doing if this was real, bringing in Kepa? Again, the whole story of when Kepa refused to come off. He refused to come off when Sarri wanted to bring in bloody the other guy. I can't remember his name now. Mendy. So Sarri wanted to take out Kepa for Mendy. Kepa refused to go out. And then Kepa comes out for Mendy. And Mendy's the bigger man. He allowed it to happen. And then it happens again. I was like, in my head, I was like, it's too perfect for Kepa to come on twice and be the hero twice. It set off a red flag in my head, but it's too late by then. And what about number 6, Thiago, just pulling a muscle or whatever he did? Number 6, just to throw in a number 6, gets injured before the game. More drama. Oh God, it's an even game now. Now Thiago's out. And how much extra time were there? 6 minutes, so a total of 96 minutes. And I said the Queen's going to die at 96. They have to play 6 minutes extra time. It's all there if you have the heart and you have the soul and the eyes to see, as people say. It's all there to see. It's a ritual. Got friend messaging me. I'm so sad Chelsea lost. Can you look into it for me? I'm like, why are you sad? You sad twat. I get it to an extent. I was like that. I nearly cried when Aguero scored and gave Man City the league X amount of years ago. And that still pisses me off to this day that I gave so much energy to that game. But at this point, if you've seen my work and the work I'm doing, stop getting upset about these games, please. I'm going to look at the chat quickly. I'm not. I know you're going to laugh. I'm not doing 4 hours today. I'm exhausted. You can probably see it. All right. Here we go. Okay. Cheers, Adam. My bad. Hey, Adam, as soon as Kepa came on, I knew it was going to be a humiliation ritual. I knew something major was going down. It didn't make sense. I didn't think he was missing the penalty. But when I saw on Sky Sports, because I don't watch the game, I check it out on Sky Sports on the website. It's like, and it's gone to the goalkeepers. I was like, this is going to be perfect in some capacity here. I was saying it to myself. I was like, if they're going to have the Liverpool keeper miss number 62, the decisive penalty in the 62nd edition, 6 months and 2 days before Tuchel's birthday, he was named 62, like Chelsea FC. That's going to be a dream. As soon as he scored, I said to myself, Kepa's missed. This has to be 11-10, and number 62 is being the hero in the 62nd edition. I saw all the numbers. I saw all the 62s. And then what they have to do is have number 62, a fucking goalkeeper, score the winner. The numbers are there. Doesn't mean you'll always get the code right. Shout out to Zach Hubbard. We always find the numbers, always. Doesn't mean you're always going to pick the right code. I always find the numbers, always. More often than not, I get it right. But if you think in your brain that Adam, the Illusion, or Zach, or whoever else who's got a half-decent reputation for decoding is going to call every single game, then you are really delusional. We would not be charging you $5 or $10 a month for this information. We'd be charging you 50 grand a month if we got every game right. Simple as that. And people would pay it if we got every game right because they could afford to pay it because they'd be winning every game. So wake up to that. If you're going to sign up to people for their picks, so be it. Try and find somebody better than me. If you do, tell me the name. I'll support them. But know the work that I do is not just about decoding sports, guys. And you need to get that through your heads. Hey, mate, notice how Liverpool's goal scorer won his third trophy with Liverpool today? I didn't notice that, Michael, but that's a great spot. That's a great spot. The guy who scored Liverpool winning pen has a cousin who teaches me in my school, which is interesting. You should ask questions. Did you see Matip got a goal disallowed? The guy who wears number 32, and there's 32 raising the Society of Jesus' logo, and Tuchel's now 3-2 in finals with Chelsea. Yesterday in my Hawks decode, the Raptors stayed on 32 wins because it's all connected. Easy money, Liverpool. Adrian Moss Dillinger, I wouldn't say it was easy money when it went to 11-10 on penalties. Try and tell me you wasn't sweating during it. It wasn't easy money. You had to earn every cent of your money from that game. It was not easy money. Easy money is if Liverpool would have won 5-0. That's easy money. This was supremely double-coded. I warned people about Klopp because he's born 616, the alternate number of the beast. 616. And I know there's people who think Liverpool are going to win everything this year. And maybe they will. They do have a riddle. I don't think so, but maybe they will. How many people died originally at Hillsborough? 96? I know it's 97 now. Somebody died later down the line, if that actually happened. But it was another 96 people dead at Hillsborough. Kepa pen had to be intentional, just like Fernandes. Yeah, I don't know what was worse, the Kepa one or Fernandes. At least Kepa's a goalkeeper. It's a bit more understandable. I betted Liverpool to win on pens today. Congratulations. I always am happy when people win money, but when they're just obsessed with money and that's all they care about, I don't want to be involved with them. I don't want them part of my community. I like people who like sports, decoding sports, winning a bit of money, doing it for fun, but care about all the other stuff. They're the people I want as part of my family on my Patreon, even YouTube. And again, if you just want to gamble, learn to decode yourself. It was synced up with the 33rd anniversary of Hillsborough. Yeah, that's why I said I think Liverpool win the FA Cup. So essential, someone from my old school just scored his first goal in League Two, was on loan from Blackburn. His cousin is Wayne Moody, friends in high places. Yeah, be a Freemason. Liverpool wasn't going to lose at home. What are you talking about? It was at Wembley, mate. I don't know what you're talking about. It was obviously the final was in London, where the Queen resides in Buckingham Palace. I thought that may have been a good sign for Chelsea, a team from London. But you know, Abramovich, just since he became the head coach, not the head coach, the owner, Chelsea have won 19 trophies in 19 seasons during COVID-19, and the word Queen gets you 19. But they could have got the 20th win today under Abramovich on the 71 date emoji pure, which is the 20th prime. And coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on the 71st day of 2020, and Kobe died in 2020, and he played 20 years in the NBA. So there was loads of shit for Chelsea. But I said on my Patreon, just be careful. Don't bet big on this at all. I was thinking people just throwing a little bit of money at Chelsea. I also said, be careful with Chelsea. They're plus 240. The odds are suspicious. I told all my community that, and it's up to them what they do with it. I did the code everyone asked me to do for them. I could have put all my Liverpool stuff as well. I said, Chelsea have the better riddle here and the better odds, but the odds concern me. Don't bet big. Done. There was 4 goals disallowed, not 3. Lukaku looks onside. He was onside, but it doesn't matter. I refuse to watch penalties anymore. Good. Just don't watch the games. Don't watch any professional sports game. I'll do all I can to bring these professional sports down. And I've said if it means losing my Patreon or half my Patreon, so be it. Do you know how big this is, guys? Do you know how big it is that there's people in the world like myself and other people decoding our reality, decoding who's going to win, and that we're able to do it and often get it right? Do you know how huge this is? If I would have known there was someone like me 3 or 4 years ago doing this, it would have been, what? This knowledge is so unbelievably powerful and sacred. It truly is. Look what I've just synced up in the last 35 minutes. Try deny any of it. Suchek scored today on his 27th birthday on 227. Of course he did. Of course he did. By the way, I'm not saying it's going to happen. The Lakers, if they lose today, they stay on 27 wins. Yeah, the sub made 0 cents. It didn't make any sense. If you understand how the game actually works, you wouldn't do that. And I'm a coach. I've coached at a pretty decent level. And you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that. If anyone in this chat's a goalkeeper, right? Or if you've ever played as a keeper, and I've done it just for fun, like playing out in like the churchyard or the third field with my mates, and I'm just in goal just for fun. When you're playing well, you literally feel like you can save anything. You feel like I'm going to save this. You do. I swear down. When you're in the zone, it might be like basketball. Just give me the ball. You're throwing it. It feels good. You just feel. You don't take him out. You keep him in. He's full of energy. Like you don't take him out. You don't take him out for that. And that doesn't need you, Matthew. That substitution was absolutely disgraceful, and it was a ritual. And I've shown you why it was a ritual, guys. Because Kepa missed the decisive penalty exactly 21 weeks after his birthday with all the 21s. I was at West Ham today. There was a 9/11 sub. Chris, I love that you're seeing that because most people don't see that type of shit. So well done for seeing that. Speaking of West Ham, you must be sick that Haller, who was a horseshit footballer for you, is now the leading scorer in the Champions League. Because again, it's all ritual. There'll be West Ham fans saying, "Oh God, we really blew it with Haller." No, it's all ritual. Also, I think magnets may be at play. Did you guys say Mason Mount hit the post from 6 yards? Another 6? How's an England international missing that? Guys, how have I got 53 people in the live and 16 likes, and 53 is the 16th prime? And Elizabeth was coronated in 53. Challenger explosion at 113 seconds. Great addition. Fukushima was done on 11.3. It's all there when you learn this stuff, guys. The 30th prime, and the word corona gets you 30. The National Basketball Association gets you 113, like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and 113 is the 30th prime, and there's 30 teams in the NBA, all by a code. When you learn this stuff, 32 is a big number in the NFL. It's 32 teams, isn't there? And Tuchel's now 3-2 in finals with Chelsea. It's a freaking joke. Complete and utter joke. Magic has to be at play, whether it's magnets or something else. You can't have all the players hitting the ball with that force and all scoring right in the corners. I agree. There's some sort of magic, some sort of simulate. It's almost like somebody's like, okay, this guy's going to miss now. Like Trent Alexander-Arnold got a free kick in a dangerous position after 66 minutes, and he wears number 66. And that's when the Church of Satan were founded. And that's when England won the World Cup. And there was a big fight, supposedly, I didn't watch the game, between Alexander-Arnold, who's an invert, who's a female, and Kai Havertz, England versus Germany. And by the way, Kai Havertz got a goal disallowed after 109 minutes. And this game was exactly 109 weeks after Kobe's death. And 109 is the 29th prime. And Kai Havertz wears the number 29 jersey. 29 is the 10th prime. It's why Kai Havertz, number 29, scored the winning goal in the Champions League final against Man City, which finished 1-0. Can you see how I connect all of this? And it's undeniable. Consistently, and I just believe I'll just keep getting better. If the Queen dies on 520, I'll still have people say, "Oh, good call illusion on the Queen dying 3.5 months in advance, but you got any NBA tonight?" Are you kidding me? You want an NBA pick after I decoded the death of the Queen 3.5 months before she died? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's what I would get. "Oh, good work. Nice stuff, mate. But who's going to win tonight in the Pacers-Pelicans game?" Like, please leave my Patreon. Seriously. In all seriousness, if that's why you're there. Flight 77, yeah, the 77th Meridian West, all the stuff. It was Zach Hubbard, wasn't it, who put together all of those 77s, which are pretty insane in regards to 9/11. There's so many 77s because everything's barcode. Do you know how many people who were on that flight? Was it flight 11 or 77? I think there was 58. Flight 77, listen to this. Flight 77 had 58 passengers. What day of the year is it today? It's the 58th day of the year. And flight 77 had 58 passengers. And Kobe Bryant gets you 58, and Freemasonry gets you 58, and Pope Francis gets you 58. Oh my God, there's 58 people in this live. Why does this happen to me? What is this? Why am I so synced with numbers? I'm not lying. I don't know if you can see how many numbers are in my live. I was talking about 58, and there's 58 people in my live when I was saying it. Why am I so synced with numbers? Why me? Why did this normal guy who loved playing football, who believed in the Premier League, he didn't really question anything, why am I doing this now? Why am I going live on a Sunday when my body's in pieces, speaking to people I don't even know? Why? Who chose me to do this? What is going on? I asked myself these questions recently. I don't get it. Was I chosen? I didn't go looking for this shit. I'm grateful that I have it. I'm grateful that I can share my passion and my opinion and my thoughts with you. But why? Why did this happen to me? Off to you guys. And why do other people have no clue what's going on? Salah's penalty literally looked like a guided missile. I didn't see the shootout. I just saw Kepa's miss. 7/7 is my birthday. I feel like being born on that day has something to do with why I'm more awake than others. Very possible. By the way, 7 times 7 gets you 49, and Philip died on 49, and the Queen's Jubilee was in 77. I can't do much longer because I'm going to burn out, guys, but I really care about you guys, and I really care about revealing deception more than arguably anybody at this point. I'm from Bradford, and you're doing a good job. Cheers, Joe. Appreciate you. Should look into the Bradford fire where 56 people died against Lincoln City. Would love a code from Bielsa. I'll do my best for you, mate. I'll do my best. By the way, you know today's date is 227, and Brady played 22 seasons and won 7 rings, and 227 is the 49th prime, all of that stuff. You know when Klopp retired from playing football? You won't believe this. 227, 2001. He retired exactly 21 years before this final, and Kepa just missed the decisive penalty exactly 21 weeks after his birthday. Can you believe this shit? Jurgen Klopp retires the year of 9/11 on 227 and then wins the League Cup exactly 21 years after he retired. I talk about the number 21 all the time. Is that a good sign for Liverpool to get the Champions League? Who knows? Like I said, Champions League is going to be in Paris. Last time it was there, 2006, finished 2-1. Barcelona beat Arsenal. What else we got? People still care about winning money and the whole world's gone to shit. Yeah. I get why people care about winning money. I get the thrill out of it. I get the joy out of it. I just don't like how people dismiss this work when a code misses. I could win 7 in a row and get 2 wrong. And I don't believe in this stuff anymore. And just bet what you can afford. Bet for fun. Bet so you can buy yourself some food or pay for your gas. Stop betting thousands. And it seems people can't take losing a final. That's why people got rallied up at people for, the Bengals. I said the Rams, whatever. I called the Rams. I said why I like the Rams. But because they lost the Super Bowl, the Bengals, people get even more upset because it's a final. And I don't know why that is. It's just any other game. Because it's all rigged. Yeah, that Bruno miss was ridiculous. All your money can be worth absolutely nothing in the blink of an eye. I'm trying to tell everybody this. When everything goes to a social credit system, that's where the world's going. Your physical cash will mean nothing. So enjoy it while you have it right now. Because at any point, which people are completely oblivious to, these people who own the monetary system, okay, the Jesuits, the secret societies, okay, at any point, they can just say, your currency has no value anymore. Everything's crypto. I'm sorry. That's unfortunate, isn't it? There's nothing we can do about it. But hey, it's the same for everybody. So you can be a multimillionaire today, and tomorrow they can flip it and say your money's worthless like Monopoly. So don't get too taken in by money, which is the biggest control tool in the world. This is a time now, guys, where the world, in all seriousness, if we don't stop it, because we're the heroes in this movie, and you better start fucking realizing that, they will win if we don't do anything about it. Okay? So if you're caring about losing $20 here, $100 here, and not realizing that there's a bullshit war going on, which is not actually real, but you're getting deceived by it, this whole thing was never real, ever. The death of these celebrities most of the time is not real. So you're going to keep playing along with all this and not realizing that every passing day, shit's going down that you're unaware of because you're too distracted with stuff like professional sports or your shitty 9 to 5 job or buying your new little car without actually going on the quest for truth. How do we get a new system, people ask me? By not consenting to the current one. That's how you create a new system, by not consenting to the current one. That means don't wear a mask. That means if somebody says don't do this, you do it if you believe it's right. The one universal law is don't do harm to your fellow man intentionally. Everything else, the laws that they've made up, are absolute bullshit. Okay? There's a big difference between right and wrong and legal and illegal. Learn that shit as well. Just because something's illegal doesn't mean it's bad. They told us marijuana was illegal. Is it bad for you? No. And they've proven that it's not because now it's legalized. Who decided to legalize it, illegalize it, then legalize it? Who? It wasn't us, was it? It was the people I talk about every fucking video who make these decisions, and we allow them to keep making them. They decide who wins these cup finals, guys, who won the Super Bowl, who wins the elections. They decide that. They decide when a pandemic's going to begin and when it's going to end. They decide that, not us. And the reason that this continues to keep happening is because we consent to it every time and we don't learn. And if you don't learn, you're a fool. Okay? People just saying, oh, Adam, you're pretty smart. You throw out some pretty good arguments, but you don't really know, do you? I know more than you, mate. Way more than you. Find your own truth. My mate Bernard said the word truth, the letter in the middle, the third letter is you. You got to find the truth within you. I always say that. Find your own truth. Because if your truth is coming from somebody else, you're just taking their opinion. You are therefore a puppet. If your truth is coming from the library or the mainstream or history books, it's not your truth. Find your own truth. And hopefully one day, if we all find that inner truth, we'll connect. And that truth will become universal. But right now, the truth is fiction. That is the reality. Fiction has become the truth. And when you repeat a lie, it becomes true. So the majority of the world believe right now there's World War III and Putin's gone to war with the Ukraine and innocent people are going to die. No, it's all to bring in a new world order. Okay? When something happens, guys, you have to think 10 steps ahead. Okay? When something happens, you can't just live in the present moment of what's happening. You've got to start asking, why are they doing this? Why has the pandemic disappeared? Now we have a war. What's coming after the war? Why did Rockefeller say we need a crisis to bring in a new world order in 1994? Why did George Orwell predict everything that's going to happen now? And he did it in his book 1984. Because they had a plan decades ago. And they want to fulfill it. I don't think they will achieve it, but it's going to be close. Like I said, it's going to be really freaking close, whether they achieve it or not. And whatever happens in this world, in this realm, like I said, I have no fear of anything at this point. I ain't scared. If the world does become a new world order and I called everything out and there's nothing I could really physically do about it, I'll go to bed every night knowing I tried my very fucking best. And how many of you can say that? How many of you are putting your health on the line to spread this knowledge? Okay, how many of you, not just you guys here, are spending your days 4 or 5 hours at a time going live, and people tell me I'm doing it for money, then you don't have a YouTube channel because you make about $100 a month from YouTube, which buys me a few steak dinners. I'd get it if I was making tens of thousands of dollars off YouTube, but stop throwing that shit at me as well. Lucian's just going live a lot recently because he's making so much money from YouTube. I make about $120 a month. Like, people just throw these accusations and they don't have a fucking clue. They don't have an idea. They don't have a YouTube channel, do they? They don't know how it all works. Yeah, 3 nines gets you to 27. Obviously, dialing code in England's 999. That's not an accident. It's not an accident either that the US dialing code is 911. And the biggest terrorist attack of the US came on 9/11 again. And the dialing code came about in 1968, 33 years before the Twin Towers came down. What do you think to these Ukraine stars joining the army? I think the army is a load of bullshit. I think the army is a social construct we've agreed upon as well. Anybody who joins the army, you're a fool. You are actually taking part in the ritual, and I have no respect for you. Zero. Not 1% of respect do I have for anybody who's been a soldier. If you get upset about that, then just don't watch my life. Okay? You are promoting war. You're promoting death. Anybody with those bumper stickers promoting war and veterans and soldiers and all of that, you're promoting death and you're not aware of it. Simple as that. Amazing work. Thank you. Have you linked up with Hillsborough yet? I've done a decode about Hillsborough. I did a really strong decode about Hillsborough and about Liverpool. Check it out. I've done so many videos for this community. So many. Chelsea wore the blue kit and yellow stripe. Yeah, brilliant spot, like the Ukraine flag, like the Rams colours. Russia will take over Ukraine. Yeah, but then there was the argument that Chelsea were going to win because their owner's Russian. I was like, I don't know which way that's going to go. Are they going to let the Russian win? I was like, maybe that's too obvious. And somebody made a really valid point. They said almost everybody was on Chelsea, which means Liverpool were probably going to win. That's what I said about the Rams. That's why I was wary of this game. I was like, everyone has these great codes for Chelsea, like they did for the Bengals, and Liverpool take it on penalties, even though Chelsea get 3 goals disallowed. The team sponsored by 3. We've played in 3 Champions League finals, and now we've got World War III between Russia and the Ukraine, and Chelsea's owner is Russian. I've discussed this in my previous live. The World Cup was in Russia, won by France. And now this year's Champions League final was supposed to be in Russia, and now it's in France. And just so you know, it's going to be in Paris. I know it's not Paris Saint-Germain Stadium, but Saint-Germain is obviously heavily connected to Paris. And he died on 28/5, the 28th of May, when the Champions League final is going to be. So it's clearly connected to him. I just don't know who that favours. From Pope's birthday to May the 20th is 22 weeks. I didn't know that. That is huge. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. Stop talking bollocks. You tried saying Simon Cowell was in Skull and Bones. No, you're not getting my point with that. This here is Skull and Bones is all the Freemasons, okay? The high-ranked ones. This pose here, like from the X Factor, Simon Cowell's show, tells me that he's involved with those people, which he clearly is. And you want to say, stop talking bollocks? How much sense do you talk, Matt Smith? Okay? How many people are you inspiring right now, Matt Smith? Probably nobody. Keep your mouth shut, son. Manchester United is a satanic team. It's why they're called the Red Devils. And their plane crash, guys, the Munich air disaster, never happened. And then Man United win the 1999 Champions League final against Bayern. It was the Munich air disaster. All ritual, all by the numbers, all bullshit. Okay? Yeah, the game was discussed in PSQs. That's why I don't watch them. A Kepa penalty was a joke. I was laughing with my friend about it. So comical. I did see it. It was embarrassing. And he didn't even look like he cared when he missed. Because trophies mean nothing to these scumbags. All it is about deceiving the masses. They don't care about winning fake trophies. Okay? Jesuit got another one over the public again. Yeah, but more often than not, I've been calling these scripts. And in general, guys, we'll get them. But when it comes to sports, you're never going to get everything right with it. You've got to accept that. You just got to get more right than you get wrong over the month. If you do that, that's better than most people. You get higher than 53% over the month, you're doing better than practically every gambler. You're speaking truth, bro. You're always growing. Love it. Energy high. Thank you, Joseph. I was telling people, my whole body's in bits. Physically, I'm in bits. Spiritually, I don't know if there's many people stronger in the world than me now. I feel I can take on anything. I really shouldn't be going live now. I should be in my bed, guys, sleeping. But look at me. This is genuine fucking passion. Very few people have the balls to do what I do either. They don't have the balls to do it, or the self-confidence to do what I'm doing. Liverpool was wearing red for Russia, won the pen shootout. Shootout went to sudden death. There's been a lot of celebrities who've had these sudden deaths as well. A lot of sudden deaths, guys. The guy who I did a decode about, who recently died, and I think he actually did die, was your boy Jamal Edwards. His name gets you 213, like the Super Bowl was on 213. And his recent birthday, guys, was 26 weeks and 6 days before this game. And I always tell you how Francis is the 266th Pope and how Kobe Bryant was drafted 26-6, as was LeBron James. What else we got? VAR is part of the magic. Yep, I agree. Like, VAR doesn't mean shit. They still get decisions wrong. They're trying to make it look like it's fairer now, when in reality, VAR is a load of bullshit. And I said from the beginning it would be bullshit. VAR, again, 3-worded abbreviation. Just what? I just don't know. Maybe somebody said they put spells on the balls. Maybe Kepa's humiliation ritual. Yes. Somebody sent me an email. Thank you, Jumachi. I'll check it later. I would like to see you soon. I'm very busy next week, so I'd love to see you soon anyway. I'm an easygoing person. I don't steal, kill. Good. That's a good thing that you don't steal or kill. That's always a bonus. My friend just sent me a message saying, I love this message. I send him an audio, like an inspiring audio. And my friend Jay Sol, who I love to bits, is just pure energy. He's kind of done with decoding sports, even though he wins so much money. He's like, I'm just sick of it now. It's just, when you get to a certain point with this journey, you go past certain stages. At the beginning, you're really curious about the sports. You're really curious about celebrity deaths. You're really curious about this, that, and the other. And it's really interesting. It's mind-blowing. It's fun. When you get to a certain point of energy and spirit, all that stuff, you realize it is a distraction to an extent. You got to learn the bigger things. What is this? Why are we here? Where are we going? How can I build my spirit? Why did I care so much about this? How can I help my fellow man? This type of stuff is why I'm going. It's why I'm going live now. Yes, I could talk all day. I could do 2 hours now, give you every number of this Chelsea game, every undeniable number. But at some point, have I not proven my point of my knowledge with these numbers now with sports? 1984 was required reading when I was in high school. Same, I had to teach my kids that. And Animal Farm. An Animal Farm, where the pigs took over the farm. The animals fought together to take out the humans to create their own farm. And then what happened with the animals? The animals fought each other. The pigs took over. And then it became even worse because there's no true unity in this world because it's ego most of the time. The pig's ego took over and then they ran the farm into the ground. If you've not read that book. Respect your work. Thank you. Thank you so much. When Kepa missed that penalty, I actually laughed. It was so obviously missed deliberately. Yeah, you got to laugh at this point. You can clearly see that when they draw the lines. Yeah, the lines on VAR that go like this. And they'll tell you somebody's toenail was offside. What happened to the rule of the benefit of the striker? Where's that gone? How come in VAR you'll see a blatant handball and they'll still not give it? Like, it's to fuck you even more, to piss you off even more, to take your energy even more. Stop watching the game. Stop playing FPL. And I'm not going to say stop gambling. I've said that a few times. I've been called out. It's completely up to you. But if you gamble, at least don't watch the games unless you're betting in play like I used to. I played in goal. Being in the zone is a thing. If I save my first 3 shots, I'll probably save the next set. In the zone is a real thing. When you say I'm in the zone, I can do it with numbers. If I'm in the zone with the numbers, I can blah, blah, blah. Or when a rapper's going like Eminem, if he's in the zone, he can just flow. It's because everything's energy. Energy flows. Okay? And taking out Mendy was the most outrageous thing. By the way, he wears number 16. The Queen was coronated in 53, the 16th prime. And your boy Prince Charles married Camilla 16 years before Prince Philip died. Again, Prince Philip's an invert who married an invert. Charles is a woman. Camilla's a man. It's so backwards. It's so inverted. It's so inverted. Society in general is inverted. Doesn't mean that we are, but we're living in a beast system. And the only way you break it and escape it is by not playing the game. Just that simple. Just that simple. Liverpool got their 66 Cup versus Chelsea. That's interesting because Roman Abramovich was born in 1966. Do you know Abramovich's recent birthday was 126 days ago and Kobe died on 126? Again, those type of numbers, I don't know who it benefits. Do you know Tuchel lost the Champions League final in 2020, the year Kobe died? He lost it on 8/23, Kobe's birthday. So Tuchel's massively synced up with Kobe, and I've noticed he's massively synced up in a good way and a negative way. He's lost the Champions League final on Kobe's birthday. He lost this League Cup final today, 126 days after Roman Abramovich's birthday. Thomas Tuchel was hired by Chelsea on 126 on the anniversary of Kobe's death. That's why Chelsea played Leicester in the FA Cup final that Leicester won, because Brendan Rodgers was born on 1/26 on Kobe's birthday. And I called Leicester to win the FA Cup right at the beginning. Again, when it comes to major championships, I'm probably over 60%. But people like to remember what you get wrong. There's that famous line where there's a teacher. A teacher will write 10 words on the whiteboard. 9 of them will be spelt correctly. 1 will be spelt incorrectly. Everybody will point out the 1 that he got wrong rather than the 9 that he got correct. That is the world that we live in. And it's very sad at times. Where's the number 1? Yeah, De Gea, where's the number 1? With Kepa and De Gea for another 11. And if you did all the goalies wear number 1, I'm not sure. I know that final with Villarreal and Man United, the goalkeeper scored the winning penalty and then saved the decisive one. Jesua a scum, yeah. Caballero, not Mendy. Was it Caballero who? Okay. I thought it was Mendy. But Caballero's Argentinian, isn't he? Like Francis. Quantum physics, black magic being used. Something's being used. Yeah, I said that, Daniel. As soon as the Liverpool keeper scored, I knew it was game over. For my code, for my community, it would have been a dream if the Liverpool goalie missed number 62, but he didn't. But when he scored, I knew it was over. I knew it was over. Any decodes and geometry effect news? I don't know. I've not been checking his work. Energy gets you 21. Yep. Hey, Adam, big shout out from Yorkshire, UK. Fine day. Brilliant. Enjoy it. You don't get many of them. Enjoy a beautiful day in England. England is a beautiful country, but the weather's shit too often. Adam looks cold, but it's 75 and sunny here. I haven't gone outside today. I've not looked after myself today. I need to get my shit together. I'm hoping to coach tomorrow, but it's hard for me to even plant my foot at this point. But I don't want to upset the kids and the parents. So do you think I should coach, but sat down? Or it's very hard for me to not coach and be animated and demonstrate, though. You know I'm full of energy. Same substitute in the Super Cup, yep. What else have we got? Lady Diana died in 1997, a year after 96. Yeah, Trent does wear number 66. Again, nobody questions it. There's murals of Trent already at a young age. Remember his pass to Origi against Barcelona in that 4-0 win when they were down 3-0. 4-3 on aggregate, and Super Bowl 56 finished with 43 points. Tom Brady won his last Super Bowl at age 43. The word Masonic gets you 43, the 14th prime. Pope Francis born with 14 days left in the year. It's just a disgrace. I'm just sick of these con artists. Like, if you look at my image with Liverpool running like that, it's fake. It's wrestling. It's no different to when a guy wins the WWE Championship and the crowd goes wild and he lifts his belt. It's the same shit when they lift that trophy. Does it look real when John Cena? Yeah, is he genuinely happy? Maybe. But it's already been predetermined that he was going to win. These players don't have to be actively 100% involved in the ritual. They just need to know that the ritual is going to be done. They need to know at the beginning, this is what's going down. Liverpool, you're winning the cup you're winning the championship. It's going to be on penalties. Kepa's going to fuck up. Just go out there and play. The magic will do the rest. We do not consent. I know I don't. And again, stop with your bullshit. Pray for the Ukraine and all of that. Like it makes a difference. Stop playing the game, please. Stop with that crap. Chelsea Football Club gets you 66. For the royal family to keep the bloodline pure, they have to sleep with their own family. It's why Prince Charles said in an interview that the royal family is slightly inbred, some may say. He admitted that the royal family were full of inbreds, which means you have sex with your own family members. That's how they keep the secrets, guys. Okay? They're sick. They're inverts. They have sex with each other. They're truly sadistic. And I think when you do that, it affects your brain. And you don't have the average person's brain. Maybe in a good and bad way. Putin puts nuclear forces on alert. What does that even mean? Again, Putin, you think Putin did that? He decided that? One guy? Luciferians did that. They did that, not Putin. And again, when you learn this knowledge, you think Thomas Tuchel picks his starting 11 from how the players perform in practice? No, you just have to add up the jersey numbers at the beginning of every freaking game to see why that team was selected. You just have to do that. It's, most people don't care enough to do it. The 999 emergency number introduced in 1937. I had no idea, mate. That's good. Good knowledge. I heard they put the Queen's consciousness in the baby who was born shortly. Possibly. Nuclear weapons don't exist, I agree. They said they went to Iraq because Iraq had weapons of mass destruction and then destroyed many people's lives, supposedly, and then said, oh, sorry, we got it wrong. They actually don't have them. And people just let it go. Family members of soldiers who died just went, okay, well, at least we found out. There's no, if there was nuclear weapons that could take out a nation and take out the world, they would have already used them. If they had the power to kill everybody and take us all out, I wouldn't be doing this live right now. Stop thinking these people are so powerful because they want you to think that, because they want you to feel worthless. And when you're worthless, you're easier to be manipulated. These people think they have all this power. They can shove the power literally right up their ass at this point. They truly can. Scumbags. They're just magicians, these people. They're just magicians. And we need to break the spell. 96 days after Kelleher's birthday. Wow, another 96. We need to say, yeah, we should have said no to this whole game 2 years ago with this. But I got it at the beginning. It was new, something we'd never truly experienced together. I could see they used history against us because they created history, telling us there was all these other previous pandemics back in the day. And it's just amazing. And what, 50 years if we're still here, if the world's still going, what are kids going to be learning at school? They're going to learn about coronavirus. They're going to learn that George Floyd was a hero. They're going to learn so many things. They're going to learn about the war, the World War III. So when World War IV comes, it's like, well, it's just normal because we've had 3 of them. No, it's just our turn. It should never be our turn. It's what they do. They act like that's what they always do. People always said this to me. Adam, you can't just stay at home. You can't just stay at home and stay safe. And back in the 1940s, people were getting killed, Adam, and they were getting bombed on. And you can't just stay at home and watch Netflix, you selfish son of a bitch. Like, really? No, I'm not playing along. I'm not playing along just because they told me something happened 50, 100, 700 years ago. I'm not playing along with it. I know it's bullshit and it made no sense. And the whole thing about stay away from germs. Your immune system needs to fight germs to strengthen it. That's why you tell your kids to jump around in the mud. It's good for them. Not have them be scared of germs. Germs are everywhere, okay? The immune system is the most powerful thing we possess after the brain. Actually, I would say the soul is number 1, isn't it? I'll do about half an hour because I'm fried. I'm fried. Friend of a friend who was 27, translator, was killed in Iraq. Yeah, innocent people do die, but they shouldn't sign up for the war. Valdez, how you doing, brother? I went to watch one of my students, Valdez, in a final yesterday. Oh my God, Valdez, the final finished 1-1, didn't it? And you lost on penalties. Guys, I went to watch one of my students, well, a lot of my ex-students who I used to coach and teach, great kids, fantastic kids. And Valdez, Emiliano Valdez, playing striker. Oh my God, Valdez, you were wearing number 58, brother. You were wearing number 58, and today's the 58th day of the year. Please confirm you were wearing number 58, Valdez. Just say yes, Emiliano Valdez. I went to watch this final, and it finished 1-1. Valdez's team was the better team. Didn't take the chances, to be honest, and their keeper played well. They lost on penalties. It was 1-1, guys, like this final. No, not like this final, like the final between Man United and Villarreal and the Super Cup and England, Italy. It finished 1-1. Valdez, can you please confirm you were wearing number 58? And I'm not lying here. just to show this community how organic it is. I spent my Saturday evening watching my ex-students play a final because I care about people. All right? I'd been decoding all day, working my ass off, going live, and I still went to go do that. Shell said on TV, sometimes these things turn against you. We make the decisions that have to be, that's the key word, have. These decisions have to be made. It's easy to get it right afterwards. I'll talk about it afterwards. Yeah, have. He had no choice. Do you think Southgate selected Rashford, Sancho, and Saka to take penalties in a row and have the 19-year-old miss the decisive penalty who had no real experience in a major competition? They had the 3 black players miss. And whoever these magicians are behind all of this knew those 3 black players were going to miss. It's not Rashford. Rashford hit the inside of the post. There's no way he could intentionally do that illusion. I know. But I think he knew he was missing because he knows how the whole magic works. He knew he was missing. He just knew, I'm going to step up. I know I'm going to get a load of shit. I know my country's going to hate me. But I'm missing. Like how Mason Mount hit the post. He missed 3 big chances today. Mason. First name Mason. Like Mason Greenwood, who just got accused of rape. The guy born. Was he born, 11 weeks before the Pope's birthday? Exactly 11. Fear-based society. Yep. The biggest thing you can ever overcome in this world is fear. Fear of death, fear of losing, fear of not being accepted, fear of failure, fear of missing out. The biggest thing you can overcome in this world is fear, but fear is an illusion, to be honest. And when you realize that, that's why I don't fear things anymore, because I don't think fear even exists. There's nuclear bomb footage which doesn't make sense as the camera survives. Again, yeah, there's bombs going off, but the cameras are all good. It's a joke. Don't play the game. Yes, DJ. Don't play the game. Don't consent. Because whilst you're consenting to the game, you deserve what comes, in my opinion. You deserve to lose if you're going to play in a game that's corrupt. You deserve to lose. I won't play in these games. I won't do it. The Leafs Red Wings hockey game was a joke yesterday. Leafs were leading like 7-3 and the game ended 10-7. Oh my God. 7-3, that 73 I keep talking about, the 21st prime, and it finishes 10-7. 107 is the 28th prime, the perfect number. The 7th try, and the team ends with 7 points. Ryan Mason at Spurs as well. How many Masons? Again, Mason, he got his skull fractured against the Tigers. Hull City, didn't he? Or was he playing for Hull? I can't remember. And then he went into coaching. I decoded his little spell at Tottenham. It was all by the numbers. All of it. Ryan Mason. Liverpool for the league. I really don't know. I just know right now Man City have 66 points and Liverpool have 60, like 666. I can tell you that. I can tell you that 60 plus 66 is 126. Like when Kobe died, and this final today was 126 days after Roman Abramovich's birthday, and Tuchel was hired on 126. I can tell you that. And when you combine the points of Liverpool and Man City, it's 126. And when you put the alphabet into the gematria, it's 126 in both ciphers. I can tell you all of that. Can I tell you if Liverpool are going to win the league for certain? No, I can't. I can tell you that it's all rigged. And if they do win it, it's all by the numbers. My gut tells me Man City win it by 3 points with all the threes that have been going on. Or maybe Liverpool take it by 3. Other people say Liverpool win it on goal difference. Wouldn't shock me because they're taking everything to the wire. At this point, I'm not really that asked. There's just bigger things. There's a freaking so-called world war going on, supposedly. So right now, the front of my brain is not thinking who's going to win the Premier League, to be honest with you. I'll figure it out probably, but it's not the number one thing going on in my head right now. All right, I'm doing 20 more minutes. The irony is off the charts at times. Yeah, I agree. What else did I decode? I decoded something else. I asked my community, I said, I'm exhausted, injured, and sick, but feel a burning passion to reveal the deception behind the cup final. Should I do a live or push through and rest? And most people said, do the live. A few people told me to rest. Somebody said I need to stop worrying about pleasing other people. I get that. It's an impossible job. I know your heart is genuine. You have nothing to worry about. I'm going to respond to this guy. I agree with him. Sometimes I'm still caring too much about what other people think, which got to be wary of. Okay. I think that's enough, isn't it? Is that not enough now to show you how rigged this final was? 10-11 on penalties. These pundits. So Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's talking to Jamie Redknapp. Hasselbank said Tuchel made the decision to bring him in for penalties because he thinks he's better at saving penalties. And then he said, I wouldn't advise Kepa to take his penalty with his laces, even though Hasselbank's, all his shots were always with his laces. Jamie Redknapp is going to go the other way. I think it's rubbish, and I hope this puts it to bed. I just think it is nonsense. He didn't come close to saving a penalty. Again, yeah, that's Jamie Redknapp for once talking a little bit of sense. Listen, Tuchel brings... I didn't even think of this. So I'll give you credit, Jamie Redknapp, you little faggot. He said, if Kepa's so good at saving penalties, how come he didn't save one penalty? It was 11 penalties against Kepa, who came in because he's supposedly amazing at saving penalties, and he doesn't save one and he just misses one. Does that need Gematria? Gematria for Kepa's miss was amazing, but Kepa, he's so amazing at saving penalties. That's why I took out Mendy, who was the best player on the field, full of confidence. I brought in Kepa because he's just so good at saving penalties. And he doesn't save one in the shootout out of 11. Absolutely nonsense. It's not about ability, which I've been telling people now for a year. Nothing to do with ability. If it was ability, I would have been playing. Simple as that. If it was purely about ability, I'd be playing in some of these leagues. Number 6, Thiago gets injured. Number 6, Thiago Silva is captain of Chelsea. Another 66. People's opinion of you changed by every decode. Pay no mind to what they think because they don't even know what they think. That's fair, Callum. It's not their opinion of me. It's the fact they can't take losing money. That's it. Anybody who denies my level of codes at this point are 1000% delusional, because every code I do is incredible on paper. They don't lose their passion for me, I don't think. It's the money they lose. I've had a few people message me and say this. It's been a gift finding you. You're the best decoder I've ever come across, but I need to take a break from gambling. And I know if I stay on your Patreon, I'm going to see your picks and I'm going to want to gamble. I said to them, good luck, much love. I completely get that. And then they often come back. But the people who lose a game and right after, because again, if you bet on Chelsea today and you've just wasted 3 hours of your life, whatever it was, to watch the build-up, the game, the extra time, the penalties, the aftermath of it all, and you've given all that energy to it and you've lost money. People just go, I need to win some of that money back. I just lost 500. I'm going to get rid of Illusions Patreon. At least that gets me $10 back. Maybe that $10 next month can go on an accumulator to get me my 500 back. La-di-da-di-da. Leave me, whatever. To all those people who've stayed loyal to me on Patreon for a year now, you are literally my family, and it's not just for the $10. Obviously, it's the messages you send me, the connection we have, the way we make each other laugh. That is way more than a little bit of money. And I know patrons come and go like bitches and hoes. That's how it works. I know at the end of the month, a lot of people leave, loads of people sign up. It is what it is. It's part of the show. And I'll keep doing what I'm doing. But you do have days where you get pissed off. It's like I'm doing my work's as good as anybody's. And it's still not enough for certain people. But again, as long as it's good enough for me, I shouldn't have to worry too much about other people. And I should care more about the people who care about me than the ones who don't. I tell people that all the time. Don't care so much about what other people think about you if they don't care about you. Care about the ones that care about you. And still, I get a little bit wound up with people who call me out when all I do is give my heart and soul to this community every fucking day. Even if I do make a bit of money from a Patreon. And it is a bit. It's not life-changing money like a few other people who do this. Good night, Kill Natty. Much love from Austria. Look after yourself. Have a good sleep. Hope you can sleep better than I have been the last year and a half. He's better at saving them, can't score them. But again, Kepa didn't save one penalty. And the penalties that he did save in that Super Cup weren't even good saves. Now, if you again, watch the England penalties against Italy. Saka's penalty and Sancho's penalty, it looked like it was taken by a 7-year-old who's just started to play football, not England internationals. When I take a penalty, 9 times out of 10, I put it right in the corner. So I've always taken penalties for my teams. Low and hard in the corner. Am I playing for my country? No. Enjoy your lives, but I don't want you to overdo it and not take care of your body. Thank you. I don't know what the hell I'm doing this week with lives. I've never done so many lives in my life. I think what it is, people tell me how much they like my lives, and then I just want to help people. When I messaged multiple people, I said, should I go live? And not just on Patreon. Andreas, a good guy. I was going to do a live with my friend Andreas, who's a really good decoder, who has an Instagram page, who's going to bring out a book about decoding. And he said, let's do a live and just so I can share my story and we can bounce off each other. I said, yes, brother. I messaged him this morning. I said, like, when I woke up, I said, I can't do it. My throat, I couldn't talk this morning. For like an hour, I couldn't talk. My throat was so sore. And I said, mate, do you mind if I actually do a live? Like, I feel like my soul is telling me to do a live after this game. Well, I said, if I do it tomorrow, nobody's going to care because people move on quickly. There'll be another ritual to talk about. He said, look after your body, and I didn't listen to him. So got to do a better job at listening to other people when they're trying to help me. People obviously excuse the game as goalkeeping or refs or defense as always. I don't get how sheep think that these Jesuit Senate sports are entertaining. Again, there's people who told me it finished 0-0 because the defenders played so well. That is nonsense. How many chances were there? It don't make sense. Just because it was 0-0 doesn't mean the defenders played well. There was about how many chances? How many goals disallowed by like half a yard? The defenders didn't play well. Did the goalies play well? I think Mendy did from what I've heard. I didn't watch it. But no, from what I've read, the defenders didn't play well. It was just a case of either being unfortunate or poor finishing. Or magic. Sports and entertainment people examples, all the Super League clubs are basically real-life reality shows. I agree. You know, I said the front four for PSG. When you combine the numbers, it's 56. And I'm pretty sure Paris Saint-Germain right now have 56 million followers on Instagram. And Paris, France gets you 56. Yeah. PSG's front four, their strikers, the jersey numbers get you 56 like Paris, France. And right now there's 56 million people following them on Instagram. Even the numbers on Instagram are manipulated, which I've been trying to tell people now for months. They are. And I said, I bet I've got like 30,000 subs, and they tell me I have 3. I really do believe that. They know when there's channels that have a lot of views and a lot of people following them, the average human brain gets connected. Just like when you're walking down the street, if there's a big crowd of people, you walk over to it. If they see my videos of 500 people watching them, nobody gives a shit unless you really truly care about me and you're going out to look for me. If my videos were hitting 5 million a day or something like that these transgenders putting makeup on, then this knowledge would be spreading everywhere. They don't want my knowledge to spread. You should be grateful that you've come across this knowledge because they don't want it shared. They don't. So telling me I have 3,000 subs, whatever I have, is absolutely outrageous. It's absolute nonsense. I get people daily saying, I sent your videos to all my friends and at least like 10 of them have just subbed to you. I'm like, well, they didn't. According to my analytics, nobody did. But no, I promise you, Adam, I'm not. I know, you're probably not lying. But they're bullshitting me. They're fucking with me. That's what they do. Just like they fuck with you in sports. Daily. All these top leagues would be 1,000 Brazilian. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I agree with that. The Chelsea-Man City Champions League final last year was an absolute disgrace. Did Chelsea finish sixth or something in the league as well? Or was that a different season? I don't even know anymore. The two English teams. This could be a good sign for England winning the World Cup as well. I put a tenner on 1-0 Havertz to score after seeing your code was trying to pay a holiday off. But again, mate, how sick. Havertz scored to make it 1-0 and they disallowed it. If you're betting 10 quid or $10, I have no problem with that. I always hope you win. It's the people in my community, and I'm guilty of it, or I was guilty of betting thousands a day on sports. It does ruin you when you miss. I get the frustration. If you're betting a tenner here and there, it's well worth it. It is fine to gamble if you bet $20 a week. Adam, it was Liverpool's Thiago that got injured. I know it was. I know he got injured, but I'm saying Thiago Silva is Chelsea's captain and he wears number 6, just like Thiago for Liverpool wears number 6. You know, Klopp now has 47 points in the League Cup. It's 47 degrees on the Freemasonic compass. Vatican's 47, Francis is 47. But it made a lot of sense for Klopp to stay on 44 points. Super Bowl 56 was on the 44th day of the year. Thiago got injured today, something like 4 months and 4 days before his upcoming birthday. So it made sense. A lot of stuff made sense for Chelsea. But there's plenty of stuff for Liverpool, just way more for Chelsea. If scripts weren't scripted, way more teams would keep winning less or more dynasties. I don't know unless... That's true. I agree with that. The best teams don't always win, guys. Just because Man City, I know we've been convinced that Man City have the best players, but I always say, like, somebody like Raheem Sterling is a horseshit footballer. And they've convinced us that he's incredible. I don't think he's a good footballer. I don't care how many trophies he's won or what success he's had. I've said about Harry Kane, I don't think he's a very good footballer. But if there's magic involved, if the commentators get on the side, if they let them score, if they let them get assists, people still believe in it all, which is fine. Believe in whatever you want to believe. I'm going to do 5 more minutes because my leg's tightening up. Lionel Messi 132, like the date of the Super Bowl. Yeah, good spot. Tuchel stayed on 47. Chelsea wins. Really? So Tuchel stayed on 47 wins with Chelsea, and Jurgen Klopp got his 47th point in the EFL Cup. It's all there, guys. You're just not always on the right side of the riddle. 47 is a big number. Missing some likes. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everyone. Thank you. I know I used to get defensive. I said, you don't have to hit the like. It don't mean anything. And then people told me it actually gets traction for your website or your channel. I hope that's legit. I'm not sure it really is, but I hope it is. The more people watch your stuff and the more likes you get. Tuchel Skinny Satan. Yeah. It's a Nazi. This was the first time ever in the EFL Cup that two non-English coaches were there. So it was a final that didn't have an English coach, and both the coaches were from the same nation, and they both had to be from Germany. And we've got the war going on right now, supposedly. The most famous war ever was between Germany and England. And this final took place in England between two German coaches. It would have been too perfect if Kai Havertz scored, the German. But again, he did it in the Champions League. He did it in the World Cup. That game was decided, wasn't it, by a Kai Havertz penalty against the Brazilian opposition. Didn't it finish 2-1 for another 21? It's all for sync, man. Again, if we could all just put our brains together and just all of you set up a channel and help each other, and it wasn't just so obsessed with decoding who's going to win a Super Bowl. We just decoded sports for fun. It was part of the show. It's part of the growth. Then this community would thrive even more. All right. Wants to know about Mexican ritual. Which Mexican ritual? I decoded who was going to win the Mexican League last season. Got it right. Watched the video about it to show you that even the Mexican League's rigged. I called that. People will forget that one. They'll forget I called Villarreal. They'll forget I called Leicester for the FA Cup. Forget all sorts of stuff that I've done. That I called the Bucks to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That I called the Rams to beat. It goes on and on. But whatever. People can say whatever they want, can't they? Like I was saying, Havertz decided many finals. Yeah, but he could have decided. He could have got his third winning goal in a final with Chelsea, mate. It made a lot of sense for Havertz to be the hero today. He scored his penalty. Yeah, I'm sure he scored a penalty. And they all scored a penalty, didn't they? Every player who ended the game, apart from Kepa, the guy who missed 21 weeks after his birthday on the nose. I'm gonna. So somebody said they sent me an email. Shit. Let me have a look. Where is it? Okay. Wow, this is a long email from Jumatsu. I'm not going to read it because it's personal. She sent me like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 paragraphs. Wow. I'll probably give her a little call to know her story. Guys, I'm sorry to go now. I can't do much longer physically. I can't. I have to go. And do you speak Spanish or coach in English? I speak Spanish, but I coach in English. My company's English Football Academy. My whole point is to make the kids better at football, but also improve their English skills. So I use the things that I'm gifted at, teaching English and coaching, and I combine them together. And that's what I do. I'm just hoping I can actually coach tomorrow because of my ankle and my hamstring. I'll see how I feel, but I'm gonna go, guys. This game was completely rigged. It was all by the numbers, and I just want you all to know that my biggest goal has been for a long time to reveal deception. And if I get a pick wrong occasionally, I'm not going to go hide. I'm going to reveal why I got it wrong and show you why the other team won or why this happened and why that happened, because that's why I do what I do, to reveal deception. And I'll keep doing it for as long as I can do it, as long as I can fucking breathe. What do you think causes the Mandela effect? Not talking about false memories. I'll rarely research the Mandela effect in detail, and I will do a video about it because people keep asking me. I've got my thoughts on the Mandela effect. I believe it is legit, but I want to really study it before I give you my full opinion on it, guys. All right. Okay. I got to go. Thank you for everything. Much love. And just don't expect me to go live all the time, but I'll go live as often as I can or when it feels right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Take care. And I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.